Our target is a syndicate leader. He is associated with several criminal organizations. And proficient with a laser sword.
The Empire tried to kill me. Their betrayal demands consequence. And that consequence requires a weapon. Together, we can destroy the Empire.
He wants to fight as allies.
The Empire may be our common enemy, but Maul will never be our ally.
We need to find him, whatever it takes.
This is escalating out of our hands. The Empire will want answers.
The Empire will lock this planet down.
Jedi, where is Maul? I'm right here. Let us have our revenge.
We're not gonna take out the whole Empire.
Wow, where am I? I was lost in the nether regions of that trailer. My God, g'day there, and welcome back to the RaeSide. We are here. It is finally time. Maul Shadow Lord releasing tonight. Very excited. How we're doing live chat. Thank you so much for staying up late. If you're on the western side of the world, I guess. Let's do a quick tech check. Tech check? That makes sense. How we sounding? How's the music? How's the vibe? How's the mic sounding? I'm gonna learn from that one time that I did like a whole intro without the mic on. So how we sounding? I'm so excited. We have so much on tonight. It's gonna be a good time. We have so much to do. We have trivia, we're making cocktails, we'll have guests on. It's gonna be a phenomenal time. All in preparation for this show to come out. Boba Fett says it's good. I take Boba Fett's word for it. This is phenomenal. I'm so excited to have you here. How are you? Are you ready? I can't. It's coming in so fast. I remember when the trailer released. It was like 2 months. Like it released in February. That's like so long away that this show was going to come out. But here we are. Here we are. Let's get that music down. Is there a typo? Wow. I love how that's your first comment. Is there a typo? Where's the typo? Cocktails? Where did I say cocktails? I can't see where it says that. Am I blind? Am I blind? I don't know where it says that, my friend. How many hours? I know this is the number one question I get in these live shows that I do. This is I'm pretty sure this is my 7th Star Wars show, like premiere release. It's on the banner. It's an I. Am I high? It's TAIL. There it is. It just looks really close together. The little dot on the I is very close together. This is my 7th show doing a premiere countdown for. I'm pretty sure I counted that right. This is always my most favorite, most looked forward to show that I do, live show that I do. So it's going to be great. And the number one question I get in these live shows is, when does an episode release? You don't even need to ask because I got a clock in the top corner for you. So that is the hour countdown. We are 2 hours and 19 minutes away from this show releasing. Let me know what time that is for you all over the world, because that's obviously Different times for me in Australia, in Sydney time, that's releasing at 5 p.m., which is really a lovely time, really, for a TV show to come out for us. It's prime, just before prime time, technically, but it feels prime time. It's a good release time, but it's midnight Pacific. I do know that, but where else in the world are you watching from? Did you go to sleep? Or did you wake up for this? Is it the middle of the night? Is it first thing in the morning? Let me know. I'm so excited. We have so much fun ahead of us. It's going to be awesome. Let's look at the live chat right now. Who have we got going on? There's so many legends in here. We've got some Master DB in the chat. Bella. KG's here. So good to see you. Limitless Nerd. And even becoming a remember back there. It never says the team member, but whether it was Padawan, Knight, or Master, I appreciate you being here. It's no matter the level. It's fantastic. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Mimo, how you doing? So good. Bailey in the chat. Awesome. 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 $20 dues starting off the night from our favorite Master Jedi, Julie, back there in Alaska. Have you got your coat on? Is it still cold back there? It should be warming up a little bit. But great to see you in the live chat, Julie. I hope you're well. Wishing the best for you. Let's go. She says, my boyfriend Maul is back, baby. I'm here and ready. Well, is it Maul or is it Kenobi, Julie? You got to choose one, or maybe both. What about both? That's fine. That's also fine too. But thank you so much for the big dono. Wow. Kicking off the show with a strong dono. Appreciate it. So good. I do live in the future. Absolutely. It's currently 11:20 p.m. in Phoenix, Arizona for Boba Fett. Very cool. Pat in the chat. Didn't mean that to rhyme, but that's awesome. So good. Nature Run at 3 a.m. in Toledo, Idaho. There we go. I'm learning places tonight. Toledo, Idaho. Ohio, sorry, not Idaho. 11:40 p.m. right now in Omaha. Is it New England? Is that what that is? So crazy. We are a global show here tonight. This is awesome. So good. The countdown is on. Yes, it is, Buzz. The countdown is on. So good. Glad you're here. I was going to message you to see if you want to watch along to the live. That's so nice. 7:42 a.m. in first thing in the morning in Nairobi. So interesting. There you go. 8:42 at nighttime, Alaska time. So that's nice. It's not too late, Alaska time. That's good. That's so good. And it's 3 a.m. The episodes will be dropping at 3 a.m. for the East Coasters. Like if you're on that side of America or kind of in that time zone the whole way down, that's it. Yeah, rough time for this episode to come out. It is late, middle of the night. Kind of, you either got to stay up or wake up in the middle of the night for it. Oh my God, OJ. Yeah, why is it crazy? It looks like a bloody, like, you know, when like you're trying to make a new account on something and it's like, let me suggest a password for you. That's what your username looks like right now. But great to have you in here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Wishing the best for you. It's good being in Oz. 5's a solid time. Yeah, 100%. Because whether, like, if you're in Australia, like, whether you're got like school or whether you work or uni or like anything, like usually things should be wrapping up by 5. So it's good. It's a good time if you're in Australia wanting the show to come out at a reasonable time. It's awesome. But yeah, crazy days. Like the banner says, like the description says, we have a few things on to keep us company tonight, a few things to keep us going, keep us chatting, because we do have another 2 hours to wait for this show. And my job, which I take very seriously, is to try and keep you awake for this period of time, because it'll be a slog for especially those late night viewers. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. First up, we're going to be doing some Maul trivia. I think we should all be brushing up on our sort of facts and figures. Well, not really figures, but just facts of Maul, his story, where he's come from. There'll be some really easy questions to make sure you know your stuff, but then we're going to be jumping into some like harder, more challenging questions. It's going to be a free-for-all in the chat. Just smashing out some trivia questions. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to test your knowledge. I'm going to trust your word on what you get right. I'm going to trust it. Then we're going to be making a Maul cocktail. It's hard to kind of combine those two words, so I haven't made a snappy sort of pun for a Maul cocktail yet. If someone wants to suggest something, Then we're going to have some guests on a little later on after that. Once we feel like we have our facts and we've remembered who the hell Darth Maul is. And then after we've made our little mocktail, we're going to sit back and we're going to chat to some friends that are going to be calling in later on and giving us their perspective and their theories and predictions and takes on what this show might bring us. And then we're going to jump into some final predictions coming to the end of the show. So that and more is what you could be expecting from tonight. Maltinis. Oh, I quite like that, Harrison. That is actually quite good. A Maltini. That's good. Are you the first one to say that? I gotta write your username down, my friend, because if I gotta post that. Maltini? That's such a good. That rolls off the tongue so good. Oh, Harrison, I'll credit you for that one. That is awesome. Harrison James, 420 lol. 4020. Maltini. I don't know who could top that. Who can top that for a cocktail name? Maltini? That's what I want. Morktail? Yeah, I was trying to think of something like that. Morktail? I don't know. That doesn't. Feels like it doesn't roll off the tongue super well. Another $2 dues coming in from General Genobi. Do you feel the poster leaks are true? Yes, I have seen the poster leaks. Unfortunately, I'm kind of bummed. I think they might be true. I have a feeling they are, but then there was something a couple of weeks ago where someone with AI made fake screenshots from the Mandalorian movie, and then they came out to be fake in AI, so that was all debunked. So I think they're true. I think they're real. They look pretty good, but they could. I don't know. You never know. Could be fake. Could be fake. But if they are, one, I'm sort of bummed that I might be spoiled. But the two, hopefully, it's pretty good because the spoilers of those posters were very interesting. So good question coming in from Genobi to Dollaridos. There we go. That's more like it, JD. That's more like it. Now I know. Yeah. Well, okay. Yep. That is coming in for a clutch. That is what your life has led up to. Is this moment, Harrison? Working in a bar. I'm sure that would have been hell at the best of times. Years and years has led you to the moment that someone on the internet needed a name for a drink that is Darth Maul related. That is your life purpose. Thank you so much for your service. So good. I know there's so many characters in this show. I'm very excited that they're doing the mix of obviously Maul we know, and we're getting Rook cast from Clone Wars as well. But we do have a lot of new characters in here, and Devon being one of them. It's gonna be good. I'm very interested. We'll get chatting to some specifics of those characters in a second. I'm thinking, should we do the drink first so I can kind of sip it as we go along? I feel like that might be the way to do it. I always do it near the end, but then I always I want the drink as we're chatting. So let me go get our things for our Maltini. That is so good, Harrison. Just genius. It's not too fancy. We're just going to spruce up a little bit of a raspberry, what would you guys call it? Soda? Raspberry soda over there. Raspberry soft drink is what I would call it. And then we're going to get into some trivia because I want to test your knowledge. I want to test to see how you're doing. So stay right there. Let me grab our Maltini things, and we're going to make a little Maul-themed drink. Let's get it. As I'm running around getting these items, let me know in the live chat right now, as you can see on the screen. What's going to happen these first few episodes? What is something that is bound to happen? Maybe a line, a quote that is bound to happen. Maybe have an intro. What's the opening scene of this show? Give me predictions of the opening scene of the show. I feel like I want to know that. So put that in the live chat right now as I start our Maltini. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. I'm so parched. I'm ready for a beveragino. So exciting. All right. Anyone got some theories of how this show's going to open up? Let me just tilt you down a little further. Yeah. Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds. I hope that's going to be... might be a really funny angle. Oh, not my notes. Don't see my notes. But yeah, let's move the mic over here because I used to have the reaction cam is actually still sort of out of commission right now. So we'll do it this way. You'll just have to listen to my voice and watch what we do. But let's take a listen. Anyone got some theories? How is this show going to open? What do we got going on? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Maul arrives in Janix. Is that going to be the opening scene, you think? Is it the opening moment of the show? Make it more cocktails. Let's also get let's get actually some more the cocktail type music on. Let's get this one. Is it this one? Oh yeah. This is the chew one. I like this. I feel like mulled wine turbo. That's so good. Okay. So you're just going to watch this experiment unfold and then we'll see what happens here. Maul leaving us so good. You know what? Dirty Hawk, I really want, this was my big thing. I would really love that to be what happens. Okay. So we're not doing anything crazy today. And because I decided not to. It is going to be technically a mocktail because it's like I'm not putting any alcohol in it. Also, this is a great shot because I love this t-shirt and I really wanted to show it off today, but you couldn't really see it before. So what I thought we'll do, because we need to sort of get the black and the red going, obviously, thematically. So here I've got frozen berries. I got blackberries, blackberries, mulberries. Are they the same? Blackberries, mulberries? No, they're different, I think. And blueberries, because, I mean, blueberries, even though the core blueberries, they're, like, still super, super dark colored. So let's, we're going to go with that. We're going to kind of smash it up. I think I might need a little bit of sort of juice to kind of smush it and help us going. And then we're going to hopefully get a cool sort of look for it, you know, mixing in with the drink. So we're going with classic raspberry flavored soft drink. We're doing sugar free, so Tills can drink it after I use this because I'm obviously not going to use the whole bottle. But I think I would put a splash in just to get the juices flowing. If anything, I should have actually let these defrost for a second. You know what? I should actually just go microwave these for 10 seconds. All right, we're back. Mocktail. She saying last watch party I joined on this channel was for Ahsoka almost 3 years ago. I know that. Isn't that crazy how long ago that was? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Maybe first a short compilation of what Maul has done in history. Wow, that's I guess. I mean, Marnie says, I hope it's him taking back the underworld. Empire he built before Palpatine pushed him out. I think so. I think that's where we're going with the show. Anyway, I just briefly microwaved these. I don't know if it was even long enough, but I don't want them to be like fully defrosted because I'm hoping really that I can really just smash these into a paste type deal. So then sort of the darkness of the berries. Yeah, here we go. I think this is what I'm going for. The darkness of the berries can really contrast against the sort of red soft drink that we get going here. Oh, triggered. Actually, I skipped over your super just before. The legend OJD coming in with a $20 reduce. Coming in with a big one. Hit that mother effing bell icon and subscribe. You heard the man. You heard him. I don't think... you know what this deserves? I'm gonna... Also, it's still me, by the way. It's still me talking. I'm gonna do that every time someone sends a soupy tonight. Oh, where did we go? Here we go. Unreal. I should have done that earlier for you, Julie. I apologize. But you know, you heard the man. That's what he says. I mean, if you're not gonna subscribe because I tell you to subscribe because OJD told you. Okay, this is more red than I was hoping, but I feel like it's still a dark enough contrast. I think to the because the red drink is like it's quite light, like it's quite see-through red. Like it's not a very it's not like a specific like what's the word? It's very translucent. It's a very translucent red. Okay, I still want this. I want it to be a bit more cohesive of a paste. I shouldn't have added that little splash of liquid really. Because I really only want it to be the mass of the berries. Again, after this, we'll do some trivia. And, I mean, there's no real way to not chaotically do the trivia, so we will just be freeballing. I'll throw the question on the screen, and then we're like just throwing up the answer. It'll be crazy. It'll be good. It'll be awesome. Just see who can get... Essentially, it's like a game of like who can get the right answer first. That's really what it is, because a lot of it will be fairly straightforward, just to make sure we're all on the same page of Maul fun facts. But I think it'll work well. Noah, hello. How you doing? Oh my god, I forgot to reply to Lainey. Oh my god, Noah, tell Lainey that I want to come on the 15th, by the way. It's so good to have you here. Are we enjoying the low-key bartending sort of theme? We got background music we've got going on. Julie, you rejoined a bomb as well. You know what that deserves. Oh, where is it? Where's the sound effect? Oh, I'm so thrilled. That's so cool. I am missing so much. There's just so much absolute drama. So much fun happening in the chat. I'm skipping so many. I apologize. But oh my god, Janobi, Julie's back in the ranks. Oh my god, Julie, please. You got to join our master chats. That would be so fun. Jump in for we're going to be breaking down every episode. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool. And it is a Dathomir kitchen. I take that as a high compliment. Okay, let's concoct this because it's not too, like I said, it's not too crazy. We're literally just mixing two things. So I've got my glass, fill it with ice, and I think I'm gonna go. Should I do the liquid first and then the berries so they sit on top, or should I do the berries and then they will like the berries will rise to the top? Let's do this. I think we're going to go in first. Ooh, it's a little pinky than I imagined. Nice. Let's do it to the top so the berries can kind of get right up there. Wait, let's do the main. Gary, not hosting tonight. She's currently on a plane right now. That's where she is, actually. Fun fact. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Why don't you have this? Yeah, it's just raspberry. What we're doing? Because like I was gonna go for maybe a creaming soda, but to be honest, I'm not a big fan of creaming soda. Yeah, it does look like Devon, actually, doesn't it? Do you guys have Devon in the United States? We have like a meat called Devon here in Australia. I don't know if that's a thing in the US. Okay, let's add the berries here. I want you to get in nice and close here. Yeah, I do have, I don't want to get too boozy on this stream, Julie, but maybe if I was alone, we do have a beautiful blood orange gin right now, which I probably would have added to this. I think the citrus, like that kind of fruity citrus would have gone well with the raspberry, to be honest. Okay. Have you got a good angle? Yay, Neota! There he is. The big boy. We're coming in with the raspberry shrips, man. Can't beat it. All right. I'm going to try and dollop it. I don't want too much of the liquid, really. Try and dollop this mashed berry It's almost like a berry compo. Look at me being fancy. I'm going to try and only do like sort of the real fruity part instead of much of the liquid. Because I think that'll give the better effect. Oh, it pops straight to the bottom. That's so funny. Look at that. It's straight to the bottom. Okay, let's do all the berries then. This is so interesting. It's like a science experiment. Why do I think berries, like mashed berries, would float? Oh, I thought they were really going to like rise to the top or something. PB and Ray, lol. It's funny. All right. I guess I'm just going to add all this because it's going to the bottom. Look at that. Because I feel like the berries... See, actually, that's made it a really cool dark color. All right, give me a second and we'll readjust the camera angle. Get on back here. Get back here. Is that better? Is that where we were sitting at before? Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. Hello, we're back. This actually looks like the side profile is actually what I was going for. Look how like red and thick that looks. Let's get the chill Ray music back on. Here we go. Can I put something in like white in the background? Oh, like look how funny that it looks like a crime scene. It looks like a crime scene, but like the way the dark berries. That's what I was imagining. The dark berries on the bottom. I really thought berries would float. I don't know why they're not. Maybe it's because when they are like, I don't know, they're broken. They don't float or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's a raspberry drink, so just adding some more fruit. It's not going to be rocket science. This is going to be fun. Yum. Yes, very, just, essentially just tastes extra raspberry. But that's how it tastes then. I feel good now. So good. It does look like, it is a giant glass, yes. This is like it's like a proper red wine glass. All right, let's get you back there. All right, who's ready to test their Maul knowledge? We are about to jump into some Maul trivia. Like I said, this might be really easy, so don't come at me for it being too easy. There'll be some questions in here that are really sort of detailed to the journey, obviously within Clone Wars and Rebels specifically. So maybe if you haven't seen that in a hot minute, you might be a little confused. So let's see how we do. Let's test your Maul knowledge in some Maul trivia. Let's get it on. Like I said, this is going to be a free-for-all. It's too hard to try and get you lot to try and wait for the time and then say, we're going to do a just all-out first come, first say the answer, and you're going to drop it in as soon as it is on the screen. And then I'll be shouting out whoever is going to be saying pretty much the right answer first, essentially. So, does that sound good? Does that sound like a good plan, gang? Delicious. Oh, I'm going to be sipping this all night. This is delicious. But yes, but welcome, Iris. It is a giant glass, literally. I feel like she is the Jocostanu of the group. She is the mother of the group. 100%. You go to Celebration next year. So good. So good. I will absolutely be there. I'm doing 2 stateside trips in the next 12 months. Star Celebration is, how long is it away? It's May 1st to May 4th. Next year, I'll be there. I'll see you there, Julie. I'll also be in Rebel ScumCon, Texas this year. It's going to be cool. A free for Maul. Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere, people. Now we are building up a true lineage of pun upon pun for this Maul show. I love it. I love you guys. Let's get into it. We give all these apprentices one last lesson. Oh, so good. So good. Absolutely. See, that time is flying down, isn't it? The second that we all get together, the time it goes so fast. Like, I feel like every other time, like, just the countdowns go so slow. It's flying. Okay, we're under the 2-hour mark. It's so good. We're doing trivia. Let's get it on. We're getting into the first question. Lock in. As I said, just first person, type it out. Type it out anyway, even if you're not first. just to see and compare your knowledge against others. Again, super. Excuse me, this raspberry soda is gonna. I'm gonna have to keep muting this whole show now. Hilarious. These answers are pretty straightforward, but let's see how you do. Mark your own scores. I can't count your scores for you. Coming in, number one question. The very first question we got. You ready to put your answers down? Question number one. What is the name of the Sith Lord who trained Darth Maul? What is Darth Maul's master? Who is he? What's his name? And I want to give me his proper Sith name, please. Oh, some berry. Did you see that? They started to float. Look, oh, they're floating. They're starting to float. Look at that. Oh, it's like Dathomir. It's like a Dathomir atmosphere. You know what it is? It's the carbonation. I'm making the berries like cycle up. This is cool. I'm a genius. Wow. Who have we got in the chat? Who's the first one coming in? Who was it? Who was it? I think it might be Indy Yoda. Yeah, it's Indy Yoda coming in. Who is Darth Maul's Sith master? Who's the name? What is his name? It is, of course, Darth Sidious. Papa Palp, I would have accepted as well. But we're going with Darth Sidious. Seems that everyone... April 1st. Oh, so yeah, my bad. April 1st to April 4th. Yeah, crazy. Sidious of Darth. I like the way they say... Actually, you say that, DB. I kind of like that. That's... You know what? I like that answer as well, Jar Jar Bingo. The Indy, shout at you. My God, coming in first. So good. So good. We got it. Yeah, Michael coming in. Papa Palp. Number one. See? First easy one. Feeling good. Okay, just going to warm you up. Next question. Get ready for the next question. Okay? This is another easy one. But let's set the bar right. Make sure we all know what we're talking about. Who we're talking about. Question number 2. This is essentially just not now trivia. It's now like a test of how fast you can type. Second question. 3, 2, 1. Which Jedi kills Darth Maul during the events of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? Which Jedi? Who the hell is he? Oh my God. Who is that guy? Cutting him like a piece of cake on your birthday. Who's got the first answer? Whoa, man. Wow, that was incredible. It popped up in the live chat. And that's interesting because I've got the live chat on the screen as well. I think it's like you four, Ashik, North of Anything, and Jack, and DB, all of those like banged at the same time. So like I can't even say who won that one. I thought it was DB's, but then the other 3 popped up at the exact same time too. That's hard. That was a hard one. But there we go. I can't believe you're here, Buzz. This is so fun. Can I be my goat? Absolutely. Give me another. Wait, yeah, hang on. Indy, what did you say? Who are you? Get out of here. Oh, that's it. I take away the first place from the previous question from you. How dare... What are you saying? Exactly. That's it. Okay, hang on. Julie, let's get this straight. So, Obi is your Jedi husband, but then Maul is your Sith boyfriend. That's... Okay, now I get it. I get it now. Lady! Oh my God, hello! Great to see you. Did Noah tell you about me? I was like telling Noah that I replied to you here because I remembered when I saw Noah. I remembered I didn't reply to you earlier, but yes, but great to see you. Yeah, that's right. Got it. We got it. Yes, revoked. So good. So good. But right on. Answer was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Absolutely. All right. Are we ready for the next question? So this question you kind of got to be a. You got to have seen or read more than The Phantom Menace for this next question. Oh my God. The berries are like coming out. Oh no, it's not. It's got on my Maul shirt. It looks like I've like killed someone. This is hilarious. It's like berry juice everywhere. This is getting out of hand. All right. Test of the speed. Are we ready for question number 3? Coming in. Question number 3. In 3, 2, 1. What is the name of Darth Maul's homeworld? What is the name of Darth Maul's homeworld? The planet of which he was birthed into existence. What is the name of that planet? Let's check that live chat. Who's it saying coming in first? This is so close. Oh, it was Lainey. It was Lainey came in first with that one. Popping up near, I feel like we're into like 0.01 of like milliseconds between everyone here. Coming in. Oh, yeah, okay, India coming third there again. So good. I love it. I love it. Come on, Birds. Be quicker, man. Be quicker. Yes, he came from Australia. That's so fair. Johnny, come look at the screen. Look at the screen. Look at the top corner of the screen. I'll answer for you right up there. That's so good. So good. Yeah, because it comes up on the screen first. So it's like you can read it on the screen or you could hear me say it. That's either one. But yes, the answer I was going for is, of course, Dathomir. I feel like I can feel the tension. I can feel the tension of you people like trying to type and write this as fast as you can. It's intense. It's intense. Okay, you got to frost a cake, Julie? I love your life. It's so chaotic, so random. All right, let's get into it. We're getting into the fourth question. There's only 10 questions, by the way. Fourth question. Another one. You kind of got to know more than just the movie, which I think, to be honest, I think we all here do know this. But coming in with the fourth question. So I got to, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm counting down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, and then I say the question, and then the question pops up on the screen. This is so fun. I feel like that's everyone is. All right. Question number 4 coming in 3, 2, 1. What species is Darth Maul, specifically within the Dathomiri lineage? So, what species is he? What species is he? Because there's sort of... There kind of could be a wrong answer, so that's why I try to make it specific. There's a word of his species. What do we got going on? Who says it first? Where is it? Oh, Zabrak. That is the right answer. He is Zabrak. I was worried that someone would say Dathomiri. He's not specifically Dathomiri. Wikipedia says it's Dathomiri and Zabrak, but I didn't actually know that. I thought it was just Zabrak. Zabrak? I love Zabrak. Oh, that's great. That's so good. I love it. Yeah, I think DB was first in that one. There we go. There we go. And then KG coming up real. Okay. KG's bringing the game. A little bit faster there for KG. So good. Yeah, this is phenomenal. The chat is pumping. If you haven't already and you're in the live show and you're loving the vibes, make sure you subscribe. And so you can be part of the other live shows that'll be coming up as well for this show, the reaction videos, so you don't miss out on any of that. Drop a sub right now and a like on this live show. Appreciate it. You've been reacquainting with Star Trek lately. That's like, why are you telling us that? That's like cheating. It's like you're cheating on Star Wars fans. How dare you? All right, okay, let's move through these because we've got our first guest coming up real soon. Coming into question number 5. This one. Ooh. Sorry, hang on. Give me 2 seconds. I've just realized I've didn't do the right answer for this one. I have to make sure I put this answer in. That would have been... That's so funny. I was so worried that this would happen. Okay, I'm worried that this is going to come up on the screen. How do I make sure... How do I add this banner without anything happening? Actually, no, I know the answer's fine. Actually, I just need to show you the question. Don't worry me. I'm just babbling to myself. All right, question number 5. Are we ready? Maul trivia. Let's get it. Question number 5 coming in 3, 2, 1. After his defeat, on what junk-covered planet is Maul discovered in Star Wars The Clone Wars? What planet does he end up on? He gets discovered and he's on this place. It's a giant burning pile of rubbish. What is it called? What is it called? The Clone Wars fans, you really got to give us the answer on this one. Yeah, it's tougher. This one's tougher. But I see the answer in the chat. North of anything coming in with the answer. Straight up Lothal Minor. So good. Look at that one. See, this is good. This is good. This is why it's good testing your knowledge I lulled you into a false sense of security, but I threw you with that one. Lothal Minor. Who else knew that one? Lothal. It is very close. Yeah, because I always call it like Lothal Minor or Loth, and then I've heard other people call it Lothal Minor as well. But no, Lothal is just Lothal, and then this planet, the rubbish planet he's discovered on, it's called Lothal. With the, let me get the spelling up of it. There we go. There's the answer for that one. Lothal Minor is the planet he's discovered on. There we go. Yeah. And see, add that, unlock that to your memory. Add that. Hey, Alex, how we doing? You're going to love the first 2 episodes. I was able to see the first 2 in San Francisco on Friday. No way. Are you kidding? That's awesome. That is so cool. I'm so ready. I am so ready. Okay, let's get our next question up. Ready to run. Where are we? Up to number... I feel like I've missed... Hang on. I've missed a question here. That's fine. Okay, this is another good test of really animation knowledge, and I think this is a bit in the comics as well. This is what we're testing here. There's a specific title for this I'm looking for. Question number 7. In 3, 2, 1. What is the name of the criminal collective Darth Maul forms to control the underworld? What is the name of the collective? Of the collective. Hint if you don't know. There's a term that he coined for kind of the ragtag group of syndicates and such and criminals that Maul creates in Clone Wars. Such a great... If you haven't done a rewatch of Clone Wars, like the Maul episode of Clone Wars, so good. Oh my god, I did that recently. It's so awesome. Yeah, okay. This one, I thought this was going to happen. It throws you. The first... Not of anything. I'm suspicious. Do you work for Lucasfilm? I'm so suspicious. The Shadow Collective is what I was going for. The Shadow Collective. Crimson Dawn is what is sort of the next evolution of, which is like, it's like he's in a different era. But the very first one was the main canon, or both canon legend. Well, that's a good question, because it's kind of hard, because a lot of the Maul stories these days kind of pull from non-canon, and I'm not aware of all the non-canon information about Maul, so I actually cannot confirm or deny. That is the first crime family he takes over, but he creates this title for them all. For, them, like the Pikes he works with, and sort of like the group that of all the criminals that he starts to kind of bring together. The Shadow Collective is what they're called. But they do... I'm pretty sure that's in comics. Comic fans, correct me in here. It's like a later evolution into the Empire. Is really where the Crimson Dawn of it all comes into play. It's a different era, but I knew this is like why I did this question, because it's like I knew I'd get ya. Yeah, I'm like, is this Brad Rao? Who's this? Like, what? How do they know everything? So good, so good. But it's a good one. All right, ready for the next question? It's the first time you've heard of Shadow Collective. Okay, well that's good, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be mentioned in the show. So now you know. If I'm now hoping for you, Christmas Meat, that the term Shadow Collective is mentioned in this show, because you'll be like, I know what that is now, because it is the term for the group that Maul creates, specifically in the Clone Wars. Okay, delicious. Look at it. Yeah, did you appreciate that? Look at the way it's like floating to the top. Again, this glass looks like Dathomir. So good. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the Black Sun. And then you got the whole like story with the Pikes. The Pikes worked for Maul for a while. And then you got that kind of branch of Death Watch that worked for him. We made a Maul. What do we call it? A Maltini. Made a Maltini with raspberry soft drink, and then we mashed up a bunch of berries, like blackberries and mulberries. Mulberries. Oh, how did I not clock that earlier? We used mulberries. How freaking fitting is that? And then we made a little beverageino with it. So that's it. We pop them bottles. I should have actually just had straight red wine, actually, really. I should have just had a bloody cask of red wine and just drank that the whole way through. That would have been great. I'm scared of myself, really. But I do have some blood orange gin that would have actually gone quite nice with this. But yeah. Mulberry bush, so good. So good. All right, question. We've still got questions. Oh my god. We still got so many questions to go through. This one, a little bit of a given. You should know it. Maybe. If you don't, you're about to learn. Let's jump into question number 8. Put your little fingies on the what do you call it? Keyboard. Let's get into this next question. Here we go. Which Mandalorian? I didn't even count down. Which Mandalorian faction does Maul overthrow to take control of Mandalore? Which does he take over? So he takes over the faction, and then he uses them to take control of Mandalore. What is that group called? Ka-ching in the chat. I see everyone saying it. So damn good. Deathwatch DB. Wow, coming in with that speed. So good again. Love it. Lima, Carlos. Christmassy, you remember something. Natron, Dirty's got it. Harrison's got it. KG's got it. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Buzz up there, back up top near. Alex, Indy, everyone coming in here. Deathwatch is the answer. Master Tim, how you doing? Just see you popping in right now. Deathwatch is the answer. That is the right answer. Deathwatch. The Deathwatch episodes that Maul, when Maul takes over. Rewatching those, I feel like that happened really quickly. That was my one critique of that storyline. Is it happened really quickly? Is that essentially they just Deathwatch and Pre Vizsla find Maul and Savage and are just like, hey, you're scary. Help us take our planet. And then within an episode, the Shadow Collective is created and they're like, all right, let's go overthrow Satine. It happens kind of quickly. But I love the story point. I love the sort of purpose of that story and the combination of characters, because obviously earlier in Clone Wars we got to see how sort of evil to the Mandalorian people the Deathwatch are. So it's interesting to combine two different types of evil villain in a sense. But it happened so quick. It was so fast. So fast. Should have been a focal point. Yeah, it's true. That is true. Katan leads the Night Owls. That is true. That is true. All right. Let's get. We have. How many questions do we have left? We have 2 more questions. 2 more questions. We're doing 2 more questions. Okay. Coming in with this next question. This is sort of like not a general question, but you should know this answer. It's an obvious answer for animation fans. Coming in number 9 in 3, 2, 1. What is the name of the Night Sister who restores Darth Maul's mind and gives him new legs? I'll give you a hint. Night Sister isn't in the name, but who is it? Who is it that restores his mind? Which is kind of the most important part, really. Who cares about new legs? Get his mind straight? That was kind of important for the story. Who is it? Chat, who we got? Oh, Harrison coming in first this time. There we go. New first answerer. Wow, we've got real great language here today. Mother Towson is the answer I'm going for. So good. Most of chat knowing that one. Love it. Big Mummy T. I would accept that as well. Big Mummy T. That is fantastic. So good. I love that. I've never heard her called that, and I'm gonna start doing it now. But love Mother Towson. Great character. Whew. Great voice actress as well. Really love her voice. Obsessed with it. Okay. This is going to be our final question of our trivia before we get our first guest on of the night. But this is the final question. And this is... How do I start this question? This okay. I'll preface this last question by... It's not going to be a 1-word or 2-word answer. It's going to be a couple of words. And they don't need to be in a specific order, but just a roundabout, tell me the point, essentially. So it's not going to be a one-word answer. You're going to have to type a few things here. Explain it to me. Okay, you ready? Final question. Number 10. Question number 10. Question number 10 in 3, 2, 1. In Star Wars Rebels, what specific vision is Darth Maul trying to unlock using the Sith holocron? Star Wars Rebels. Season 2 and 3, Maul is in. What is he trying to understand? What is he trying to learn? What is he trying to unlock? Again, there's kind of a few ways you can word this. I'll just give it to whoever's the best at sort of roundabout explaining what he wants. Chow, who we got? What is he trying to figure out? What vision is he trying to see? See, there's a few good suggestions in here. Alex kind of, that is yes, but I feel like that Harrison has like the right explanation here. Bro wants to know where Kenobi is. Yes. Carlos coming in second to that as well, I think. The location of Kenobi. Vision of Hope, that's really quite deep. May the live show. Welcome on in. Great to see ya. That's interesting that someone said, yeah, the secret to defeating the Sith. I think that's like it's yes and no, because he does sell it. I will give you the benefit of that doubt, because he does really actually sell it to Ezra, saying, like, with this knowledge, we'll defeat the Sith. Like, I don't like the Sith either. We'll defeat them with this holocron. He does sell it like that, but really he's trying to get whatever power it has to be able to, like, use the Force to literally locate Kenobi. That is the specific reason he is getting that. But that is our final question of the night. Yes, he trying to discover the location of Obi-Wan Kenobi was really the answer we were going for. But that is our trivia of the night. Well done. There's so many. Everyone knew a lot of those. I was very, very happy with that. And I think the two ones that I think a lot of people learned things from is Lothal Minor, is the planet he ended up on, and the term Shadow Collective. The Shadow Collective is the group, the Pikes and the Death Watch and the Black Sun and all those kind of like gang. Really, he builds up in Clone Wars, but that's what dissipates really by the end of Clone Wars. Well, but also, keep in mind, in an hour and a half, we might get some information about the Shadow Collective. In an hour and a half, we might understand where those people went. If you remember, there was a hologram of Dryden Voss in Clone Wars when Maul was having like a meeting of hologram of like the heads of the Shadow Collective, he called them, underground under Mandalore, as he was sort of like running away from Ahsoka. He met with the head of the Black Sun. I forget that guy's name. Head of the Black Sun, Dryden Voss. I think there was, and then there was the Pike boss was there as well, and also Death Watch kind of representatives, I guess, was kind of there by proxy. But that's the Shadow Collective. So if you hear that term in the show tonight, you'll know what that means. That's what that means. But let's look at the live chat for just a moment before we get our live, our first guest on for the live show, which I'm so excited about. Yeah, it's true. That was it. It was about he wanted the knowledge from the holocron to help him physically locate through the Force where Kenobi is. No, Jedi Geek coming in with the question: do you think Maul is going to fight Vader? You see Maul trying to convince him to join to fight the Emperor. That's an interesting question. I'll answer your first question. Yes and no. I think yes and no to the first question, because I would be very happy if we don't have Vader in the show at all, because I think there's a lot between the Inquisitors and Maul himself being a villain. There's enough villainousness in this character in this show, I feel, that we don't need a Vader. In saying that, I'm not going to be upset if Vader shows up at all. I mean, I'll be very interested to see how they would present him and how he would enter the show. That'd be great. But the second question, if they do meet, do you see Maul trying to convince Vader to fight the Emperor? That's a good question, because I really always just took it as like Maul would just be so afraid of Vader, but he would really need to fight him, because I'm trying to think on And I just watched these episodes on Malachor in Star Wars Rebels when we have Kanan, Ahsoka, Ezra, and Maul. And they start to go get the holocron and they fight the Inquisitors. And then Maul hits Kanan. And then Maul... Where does Maul go? He's pushed off, isn't he? I literally am blacking out what happens here. Maul is pushed off the edge. That's right. And then... Yeah, so he never sees Vader there on Malachor. So, I don't know. So if they face off, I feel like Maul would just be terrified of him. I feel like he's not keen to be like, hey, let's chat, buddy. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I am feeling that. So good. Alrighty. Let's get our first guest of the night in. Let's actually let me send him the link to the show so we can get into the show first of all. But this guest I'm very excited for because he was not only a great friend of the show, been on the show a bunch of times, but he also was at the premiere of Maul Shadow Lord that happened in San Francisco. I always forget, was it last night or the night before? Because I'm a day ahead, so I forget what terminology that would be meaning. But he was at the premiere, so we're going to be chatting a little bit about that. I'm sure he'll do his best to do a spoiler-free sort of info and chat about the episodes because they got to see the first 2 episodes, everyone that went to that premiere, which is really, really cool. So we're going to get him on real quick. I know, I actually guessed the chat who you think it might be. I'm really excited to have him on. Just send him the link. Wait for him to get into here. I think I sent him the right link. That's true. Yeah, I think it's good. Maul tells Ahsoka he's opposed to the Emperor. He says he's no longer a Sith, and he says the Chosen One will avenge them all. Yeah, I think this is where the part of the story of Maul and his sort of belief and take of everything right now is going to go with the show, because it's really a case of he has that all that belief at the end of the Clone Wars. Like the Clone Wars is ending, and he's like, "Oh, everything's about to go down," and he's saying this to Ahsoka, "Everything's about to go down." But we have an opportunity to stop it. She declines. They're captured. He's captured. Then Order 66 happens, and he escapes. So it's like, is he still on that line to go? Okay, we can still destroy the Empire. Does he still really believe that wholeheartedly? I think that's what we're going to find out with this show. But let us get into it with our first guest of the night. Let's bring him in. Welcome to the stage right now. It is from the Force, Will of the Force. How do I get you on the screen? There we go. There he is. Silly Willy. Welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I get so excited when I hear that RaeSide theme music.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the more upbeat one on for the background of us as well, because now it's a party with 2 of us. How you? Oh, so good. Hello.
Hey,
this is so fun,
dude. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy you messaged me because I was gonna be up anyway.
Oh, so good. I love it. You were just gonna be sitting in your what do you call that space? Do you call that your studio or your nerd man cave? What do you call it?
It's just, I don't know. This is just a whole.
So much in there. There is some fandom going on back there. But yeah, you just sitting there with all the energy tonight, just waiting for the show to drop.
Hey, can you have access to the ban hammer? Can you? There's somebody in the chat that goes by @LaneyByers. Can you just ban them from the stream, please?
I got so triggered just then to be like, who do I need to get rid of? Oh my god! Oh, you absolute rage baiter. That's hilarious.
No, I'm the rage baiter.
You are. Jeez. So good. It's so good. But chat, let's get into
it. Are we stoked?
This is great. Yeah, life is great. We have our Maltini. It's not really a martini in any sense. It's just Maltini is the name that someone in the chat came up with, and it sounds like a great name for a Maul themed drink. You have a Maltini.
What are the contents? What are the ingredients?
Well, it was just raspberry. I call it soft drink. I don't know what you would like. Raspberry soda, I guess, for you.
Okay.
raspberry soda, and then I mashed up some mulberries and raspberries and blueberries and like kind of just mix that together. Because then, kind of, if I put the white behind it, you can kind of tell. Because you can kind of see the berries. Like I said, it looks like the atmosphere of Dathomir. That's. Look at that. Isn't that like? Isn't that very like? It looks like blood and like.
It looks like
very
the back
of
the posters with like the painting stuff. Like the
Oh my God,
texture
you
of
can
the
see
painting.
I'm like drinking berries as well. It's hilarious. But we're doing great. We're doing great. But let's talk for a second before we kind of really kind of chat with the live chat in just a moment, because I want to talk to you, my friend, because we chatted offline about this a lot as well. But yes, you went to your officially as Will of the Force and Grayson as well, Determined Focus, but their official invite to a Star Wars premiere. Congratulations, first of all, and just how was that before we get into the episodes of the show? How was attending a Star Wars premiere? How was that for you?
It was bonkers, dude. Like,
yeah,
true. So we were in San Francisco for less than 48 hours, which is where Lucasfilm headquarters is for all the ball knower nerds in the chat, knowing where Lucasfilm headquarters is. And like, just like walking up and seeing the fountain, I messaged somebody today and they were like, "Hey, how did it go? How are you feeling?" And I was like, honestly, I got off the plane yesterday, but I still feel like I'm flying. Like it was just an incredible, like,
crazy.
We watched the first 2 episodes. There are a lot of other people who like got screeners of the first 8. So we watched the first 2 in the theater at Lucasfilm, and it was like the sound design, the way it worked, seeing the Yoda fountain, like it was just overall, like I was freaking out, dude. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's such an unreal experience to even imagine, and then I think because it would be so all encompassing, because like you said, there's, and if you didn't know, the Lucasfilm headquarters, the at least the outside part, and there is a foyer that is publicly accessible that you can go to, the infamous or the famous Yoda fountain you can go and check out and all that. So just even going there is cool. But then
the Skywalker Ranch store is open now too. That's available to the public.
So is that the same sort of precinct, same building? Like, is that far away?
It's literally right around the corner. So like the fountain is right before the entrance, and then off to the other side, you walk down like this little strip, like you're going out to the Presidio, like over by where the Palace of Fine Arts is. And like instead of going down where the Palace of Fine Arts is, you make a right and you pass like the Starbucks that's on site, and it's just right next to there that's just opened.
Right. It's like, because it is that whole whole area, really. Sorry, I got distracted because I remembered like a family like in joke of when we went to San Francisco as a family, that the Palace of Fine Arts is kind of a mouthful to say in a quick succession. Maybe it's an Australian thing, I don't know, but we always kept accidentally calling it like the phallus of pine nuts. Someone said it once like that, and then we did Palace of Fine Arts, Phallus of pine nuts. It'll catch you.
They're changing the name. They're changing the name. Sorry, World's Fair of 1913. They're gonna change the name.
It's unreal. It's a beautiful name, I think. Phallus of pine nuts. Come on.
It's Naboo. It's literally Naboo.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful spot. And then I think there's obviously the fanfare around all that and kind of entering the event would have been unreal and so exciting. Then I really want to chat, because I'm sure you'll divulge in great detail on your and you have already been on your channels and all your socials, so make sure you go check them out, with the Force and Determined Focus, to get even more detail of this. But let's just give us a little insight, a little taste of what really happened, when you were inside. You sat down, you're in this theater looking place. Who then comes out? Who's on the stage? What happens then?
So they have the full line out by the fountain, and then they start loading people in. You sign some paperwork, and then you start loading in. And as you were loading into the theater, they had like a backdrop where you could like take photos, which unfortunately we just did not schedule it correctly, and we were like, oh, we'll do it after, and then they had moved it, so we didn't get pictures with like the premiere backdrop thing. We were so
Yeah.
That's but like the whole group of us that was there, we were like, oh, come on. But as you were walking in through like the main lobby hallway, on both sides they had standees and like different info about what you were going to see for the show. So there were a couple poster boards. One was that people have been reposting, and which I'm incredibly excited about the Kiners, about when the soundtrack is getting released. I believe the first single will be the 8th, if I'm correct, or the 10th. And then after May 4th, the entire soundtrack is going to come out on Spotify and like different places. Holy crow. She just bit the cup.
I'm just things
glass.
out of the cup. Don't worry about me. Doing well over here.
And then on the other side, they had like like 3 of the actual matte paintings that they used for the backdrops of some of the sets. So I believe we were trying to figure out where the 3 were. One was definitely Janix. One was like kind of like lower level Janix, if I remember correctly. And then the third was what I assumed to be the planet that in the trailer, there's that battle on the bridge that we see where they're like firing at each other. It looked a lot like that planet.
Okay.
Which like may or may not have been the same planet that there's like where Maul throws the lightsaber and it like slices through those stormtroopers, which is like also kind of green as well. But seeing those was crazy. Then there was also a box of models, like model figures that they used for sizing, but then also like there was an interview that came out with IGN today that I didn't know, with Sam Witwer, that there was some like real still photography used in parts of the show as well. So like there are so many different mediums that are being used for this. It was very cool. Then they had some like Maul merchandise, which ended up being like giveaway stuff later on. Funny enough, I won one of the giveaways, but they spelled my name wrong on the board, and instead of William, it was, instead of an M, it was an N. So it said William Diamond the Third up on it was literally the last name on. I got a little Icarus Funko Pop, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah.
But we all went into the theater and we were all hanging out, and like there were so many people there. Like the building, we went on a tour earlier that day, and the building was buzzing. Everyone was so excited for every time we would pass a corner, somebody would come out and be like, "Hey, you guys gonna be at the screening tonight?" And it was like we were like in a bigger tour group, so we're like, "Yeah, we're all gonna be there." Okay, great. We're so excited. And no matter who it was, the people working at the Lucasfilm store, everybody that we bumped into was so excited. So we all get in and everybody's kind of mingling. And then Kristen Baver comes out and is like, "Okay, everybody." Grayson and I like walked up and we were like, "Hey, is there like the only time we were like, hey, can we fanboy real quick? Like, you're Kristen Baver." She's the nicest person in the world. She was like, "Oh my gosh,
seems the nicest, isn't she?
So nice."
Yeah.
She signed Grayson's book and she was like, "Who's your favorite character?" And Grayson showed her the Kanan tattoo that he has on his arm. And she signed it, and then she was like, it said something along the lines of like, "Sorry about Kanan," like ... like that he's dead. So she was like, "Oh, let's go take a picture by Darth Vader," because there's the Darth Vader statue in the lobby.
Yeah,
we did that, and she's so nice. But she comes out and she's like, "Okay, everybody," like in Kristen Baver, very nice. She didn't say it like this, but like, "Everybody, hush up. Like, we're gonna start some stuff." So everybody sits down, and then they just start playing like this theme that was used, and it was a little like the beginning of the trailer where it's like that, like it almost sounds like the seismic charge, where it's like,
whoa, ambient type, deep ambient sounds.
And like starting to move, but everybody's just like, "What's going on?" And then the lights dim, and there's Sam Witwer's voice comes over the loud thing, and he's like, says along the lines of like, "Welcome all here. It's like, some of you will not make it out alive," like that kind of thing. And then he pauses, and everybody's like, "Woo!" Like, is it gonna start? And he's like, did you think this was a pre-recorded message? And then
That's so fun.
and he walks out on stage and he introduces everybody. He introduces. Dude, I was freaking out. Like Sam Witwer is like, that's my guy when it comes to Star Wars. He's like, I'm the biggest Sam Witwer fan. But and just like obviously Maul and everything he does, but like him as a fan and as somebody who works on Star Wars and just like
he's great.
I am the biggest fan of him. He introduces then Linwin, who comes out on stage, and then
so cool
to see her, and then it's her and Kristen Baver on stage, and then she's like and then Linwin was like, maybe you should introduce this next person. So they kind of like jumped back and forth, and everybody's like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? And Luke's Outpost, who shout out the goat, but like he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, I see Dave's hat. I was like, what are you talking about? And I look over, and it's like this dark hallway in the theater. And then Kristen Baver's like, please welcome co-president Dave Filoni. And he comes out, and I made sure that we were in like the first 2 rows, because there's no like assigned seating except for like reserved seating in the back for some of the people who worked on the show. Some of the people who worked on the show, like Vanessa Marshall and David Collins, and like all of these people were just in the back of the theater.
Fever dream, man.
Yeah, no, it was like every time you turn around, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, it's them. Yeah.
So Dave comes out, and I'm like, Grayson and I are like maybe 12 feet from the stage. So we're like close. And then he says this really nice stuff about like what Maul means to him and Lucasfilm Animation. And he every time he had the microphone and he was talking about George Lucas, which was like surreal to hear in person. And then they started the 2 episodes. We watched the 2 episodes. After the 2 episodes, they brought everybody else back. And there was word that only like crazy enough, Athena, Brad Rao, and Matt Miknovitz were going to be the 3 people who were on the panel, and then Dave and Sam were also on the panel with Kristen Baver. And it was a long panel. Like they talked for a long time. And it was great. And Dave was making jokes the whole time. At one point, he made fun of Sam's shoes for wearing red shoes. Like they were all so buddy the whole time. Matt Miknovitz talked about like he told a story about a list of Star Wars names that he had been collecting that he gave to Dave. Of like, hey, can we use any of these names? And Dave basically just went through the list of like, no, maybe, no, of just like making fun of him.
Funny. Oh my god.
Like, Master Iko Diodaki from the trailer, was one of those names.
That's the lizard guy, right?
Yeah, the little lizard guy. And that guy, I guess, was Dave's idea of like he wanted a dinosaur. And he was like, I just want a guy who looks like a dinosaur. So then they made that character model, which Grayson, when he says that, turns to me. He's like, dude, Coleman Trebor exists. Like, justice for Coleman Trebor.
Yes, thank you. That's what we want.
Which was very funny. But it was an incredible experience. And Athena talked so much about like, I have a clip of it that I'm probably going to post tomorrow of like, which was awesome that we were able to film and take photos during the Q&A session.
Yeah, that's really special. And I think because I feel like, you get to have this insanely cool experience. And that is like so hard, even though you're describing it so well, it's so hard to really actually put into words how incredible it is. But then I think such a benefit as fans that didn't get to go, obviously, and aren't there, is that, the fact that so much of it, everyone was able to record. And if you follow like, Luke's Outpost or Fulcrum, it's so many people,
Vader's Order was there, and he was great to meet in person. Brent was there, like from at Nerdy Brent. Isabella Amidala and Punta Chewy Press. Like there were so many people that I'm happy that like are friends now. And like getting to see them all, and like I was in between Isabella and Arakel and Grayson in the front row, and like Luke was behind us. and like it was just, and Brent was like a few seats over. It was just fun to like.
So weird. That's just mental.
It was crazy. Like while watching the episodes, and I'm not going to talk about the episodes. There's no spoilers.
Yeah.
But there were times where like I was on the edge of my seat, like giddy, and every time like I would pop, it would be fun to like hear Luke pop behind me or like Grayson like hit my leg. Like it was just such a fun experience to be able to be in the room with like so many people who cared about it, as well as the people who obviously cared about it enough to make the show behind us, which was great. I can't say enough good things about David Collins. Incredible.
We're big David Collins fans here. Well, one of my favorite photos from Star Wars Celebration Japan is that I got a picture with that guy, and I love that photo so much. I'm so happy.
I cannot stress enough how big of a fan of David Collins I am, and he was like far in the back of the theater, and at one point Brad Rao started talking about the character that he plays, Spybot, and like, hey, David, please stand up, and he like kind of stood up like this, and then I mean Grayson and I kind of took it upon ourselves and everybody else to just freak out for David Collins, and like Arakel Punchachui Press, like 2 seats down, we love you, Proxy. Like we were going nuts for Dave. So he like had to stand up.
Cool.
It was awesome.
And that Proxy love.
It was so great. But yeah, so like there was a lot of banter on stage of like them going back and forth. Fun for you, Brad Rao, and I didn't get a clip of this because my phone died within the last 20 minutes of the panel.
Oh my god! How dare you?
I was so mad. But Brad Rao said that the music that the Kiners did for this series is his favorite that they have ever done.
Ooh, that's a big call, because like them do like I mean anything Clone Wars, like Clone Wars season 7 is pretty peak. Bad Batch themes are very good. Amiga's themes incredibly
Ahsoka
emotional.
season 1.
So exactly. So that's pretty big. That's a big call.
And all of Rebels.
Yeah, that's a big call. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just sets up so much for the show. But yeah. So did that sort of after panel, with that crew? How long was that? Would you say how long did that
it
sort
was
of go for?
at least an hour. Like it was a long panel.
Wow,
like they talked for a while.
Yeah,
they talked for a good amount of time. It was really great, and like Kristen gave them like each of their like different like I don't know how to say this without they each answered questions about the show in funny ways that I will be able to talk about afterwards.
Okay.
And I have a story for you that is a story between Will and Hannah story that I will be able to tell you later that you're going to very much enjoy.
Okay.
That was like it was like bonkers, like weird way it worked. But yeah, it was over an hour. I think about over an hour, maybe an hour 10. But it was so great to hear Athena talk about it and like explaining Dave's process, because they all really wanted to make sure that like, look, news and the press has been running with the idea that like, yeah, Dave Filoni and George, like this was George's idea for the show. And there was a lot of stuff that George had involved for this, of like his original sequel treatments and like what he wanted to do with the character and what he was expecting to do with them, like during the time of the Clone Wars when they were making that series of like what could and couldn't happen with Maul. But they all wanted to make sure that like, and they said this a bunch, like this show was Dave Filoni's idea. And he was like, this is what I want to do. I have a vision for it. And then he passed it off to Matt Miknovitz and Brad Rao and Athena. And then obviously Sam and and like the creatives and the writers to develop this series. And the way Dave described it was like, and I do have video of this, which was awesome. The way he described his involvement was the show was like, he felt like Darth Vader Darth Vader would check in on the Death Star, of like, he's not building the Death Star, but he would come in and be like, Athena would he called Athena Portillo Gergerod of like, and Gergerod would ask for more men and be like, we need more men, we're not be able to do this in time, and Dave would be like, well, you're just gonna have to do it. And like it was just, it was really great to see Dave's perspective on the character of Maul. At one point he was talking about Brander Lawson, who
one of the new characters of the show.
Really cool. And if you have not read the
I haven't. I kind of wanted to, but I'm not a comic person. But
if you have not read it, I am so happy this came out and I read it before watching these 2 episodes, because oh my gosh, it made me so much of a big fan of that character.
Yeah.
And while I was watching, I was like, okay, this is sick. And he's great. He's because you don't know how many. Look, Star Wars is great at adding characters, and sometimes those characters get like a lot of development, and sometimes those characters are introduced, and then 10 years later, then you understand them. But that you were able to read that first issue, understand his POV and his perspective, and then go into this with those 2 episodes and watching, he's awesome. But what I was going to say was they were explaining Brander Lawson, and like they're also talking about like now I'm like, I don't want to spoil anything.
I feel like there's so much you want to start to divulge without getting into like the details.
Literally in a few hours, I cannot wait for everybody to start talking about this, because I have not stopped thinking about it. Grayson and I, we recorded a podcast at the Palace of Fine Arts. We found a spot, we sat down on 2 pillars, and we recorded our thoughts like the morning after. And we really wanted to, we talked a lot about like, obviously we're huge nerds, and obviously we wanted, like, it was an incredible experience to like do all of this and watch it at Lucasfilm. And all of that does add into like your enjoyment of the series.
Yeah, like
or
obviously
what you watch.
You're gonna be excited. Like you're clearly gonna be hyped at that point.
You're in the best sound system. You are on the screen that they are making it to watch on. When they watch it as a cast and crew, they are watching it on that screen and they are listening to it there. So when Dave Collins makes sound effects and noises, that's where he's testing it out. Like, so it was incredible to be there. But separating that, even if I hadn't had watched it there, this has potential to be the best animated project Lucasfilm has ever done.
It really, that's what I keep seeing and hearing from, especially, like the kind of the group that have seen it. And I am fascinated by like the bar that this sets this at of expectation. But it does make sense. And it is fascinating that this show has been really created at a very interesting time at Lucasfilm, especially with, you know, Dave's new position and not being like what he's saying. And he's not actively the director or even supervising director.
Right.
Actually, what is he? Is he credited as executive producer? Is that one of his credits?
Executive producer or like executive creator or something like that. I don't. Basically, the show was like his idea.
Yeah,
but he wasn't like Clone Wars where you watch like, or Rebels behind the scenes where it's like Dave in the office. Really he would check it. Yeah. What he said, he was like, what I did for Athena was the same thing that George did for him. Where like George would come in, it would be like 3 days and be like, oh, what about this, and this? And then, okay, that's a cool idea, but what if we changed about this? And Sam said the same thing of like, they would work and they would pitch stuff and like, they would get all this work done. And then Dave would come in and be like, that's really cool, but you shouldn't do that. You should do it this way. And then they would be like, all right, we'll go back to the drawing board. But what Sam and Athena and Brad and Matt Miknovitz and all of them were saying was like, every time they would get to that point and like, it wasn't a 2 steps back situation. It would be like 1 step back, 2 steps forward. And then they would have this incredible breakthrough and they'd be like, oh my gosh, of course. Which is like
interesting.
The way that everybody in the building who worked on the show, as we were mingling and walking around, talked about the show, either said that, kind of like the Brad Rouse story I told earlier, at least one thing in the show was the favorite that they have ever done, or that this was their favorite project as a whole that they've ever worked on, including Sam, who said that this version of Maul is his favorite version of Maul he has ever done.
That's fascinating. That is crazy to me because all these people, and that's why like one of the greatest, like most interesting facts about Lucasfilm Animation, specifically as a group and a company, is that like the turnover of staff is so little. Like the people that do the main like headline things of creating these shows have been the same for 15 plus years. That is bananas to me. That is so weird to me in a great way, because it's like that's so rare, but that's so special and lucky that it is the sort of the same hands getting to be part of these stories. I want to ask a question, because I think this is a kind of something that came out when the show was announced and when Sam was talking about it lots at Star Wars Celebration Japan last year. And there was, much more coverage of, and him saying himself, he had more to do with this side of Maul, with the ideas and kind of pitching some thoughts. That he used to do that a lot with Clone Wars, but now it's Maul's show. He can do it a lot more because it is his show, and Dave isn't saying no, we can't do that. Did they talk? Did Sam or anyone else talk about that fact any more? Is how in Sam's involvement aside from just giving the voice of Maul?
They did a lot, and Sam was very much like closed in, of like not wanting to say anything crazy before. Like Dave would say something and be like Athena was talking about how they announced that there will be a season 2, and when Sam made a joke of like, he was like, I didn't think that we were going to talk about the season 2 stuff. Like, I didn't think we were even going to mention it before this. And at one point he like got up and made a joke of like pushing his chair above it and like hiding behind it, because he was like, I just don't want to say anything. But he did bring up the fact of like how he was involved and able to work with all of the creatives in that. It was really cool when the credits rolled on the second episode, because we only watched the 2 after everything was done, and seeing Sam obviously about his name with Maul, but then seeing it as like getting his creative credit after, like having him pop up again in the credits. And he said he was like, Sam's a very like humble guy of like, I'm not gonna, he's like, I did this and I did this and I had this idea. Where if you get him talking, he will talk about what he did, but like on that stage, he was bringing everybody else up of like their work on it. And I think a lot of that says, because look, we all have seen the Sam Witwer clips of like, people will be like, oh, he fixed this, or like he corrected he out nerded Dave Filoni. Ashley Eckstein's like, I've never seen anybody out geek Dave Filoni, but like
iconic. It's an iconic one. Yeah,
they're the best. And that it's part of the reason why people have always said like, we would love to see what Sam would do in a more creative role rather than just being the voice. And that's not to say that like he wouldn't have conversations with Dave Filoni while he was doing Maul, but like during Clone Wars, if it wasn't Maul related, he would call and be like, hey, what about this? What about this? Or like obviously the son, but like he's not popping in on a Jar Jar Mace Windu episode as creative. Like,
I wish Sam had like, hey guys, let's do this with
like actually cut this. Jar Jar
that'd be hilarious.
Sniff fart. But like, he at one point he was talking and he completely redirected like, oh, and how much did you work on it, to explaining how good the show is. And this was my favorite description. He called Matt Miknovitz a roller coaster architect. And he was like, poetic. Guys, you guys watch the first 2 episodes. And he was like, this is exactly how it is. And that's it. He's like, the rest of this season.
Interesting.
He calls it, he's like, Matt Miknovitz, and I think I posted, it was in the clip I posted today of like, Matt Miknovitz said, he called Sam and he was like, hey, Maul's going to go through it this season. Like he's going to be put through the ringer. And Sam said there are places that Maul goes that you have never seen before. There are things that he does and things that happen that you have never seen before. And like he was just like, the high notes for Maul have never been higher. which after hearing that after seeing the first 2 episodes, I am so bought in on what this show is going to end up being, to the point where like there was that interview that came out and they didn't talk about it in the panel, but like there was that interview that came out that they want to break the 3-season record that a lot of Star Wars shows or even just Disney Plus shows in general get, where they're like they get a third season and then they're done.
Hoping for more. Yeah.
Which like the Grayson and I were talking about it and doing the math of like, if there's 15 some odd years that we have not seen on screen between Clone Wars season 7 to that little part percentage that we see him in Solo for that like cameo.
Yeah.
And then from there to where we see him in Rebels, there's like 15-ish years around there, give or take. Yeah. And
there's a lot of time to actually explore. Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
there's
imagine they do like they would look. I'm biting off more than I can chew, and I'm so excited to see this. We literally have 53 minutes till this comes out, but like, imagine they do like a season a year. Like, we don't know what the time span of this whole first season will be. There's already going to be a season 2. We don't know if there's going to be a time jump.
I'm hoping that
happen.
They're well into that production, and like that can be a yearly thing. Because
there were little hints that they are working on it right now. Like it is being worked on at the moment.
Yeah, it would be shocking to me if it was like they would only start production after announcing a season 2. I feel like it would. Yeah, but also I was actually, and we've got to wrap it up actually real soon. This is kind of be final thoughts a little bit on this. Correct me. Well, actually no, you weren't at Celebration, but I think I imagined this, and I put this on my Instagram as well. I thought everyone knew that this wasn't a limited series, and we're definitely getting season 2, if not 3 at least. I thought that was a given because at Star Wars Celebration at the animation panel, there, it was like Athena, Sam, Dave, was there. Someone else there?
David Collins was the moderator.
That's right. Yeah. They had just announced Maul, and they just talked about it. We saw the trailer twice. Crowds going wild, and they started to explain it, being like, "Yep, this is a show. It's post Order 66. We're following Maul." And then they say just a few lines overviewing it, and then Athena very, very clearly, and I'm like, this is why I'm like, I hate that these aren't recorded and we're not allowed to film in these panels. But Athena very clearly says, "Oh, by the way, and this isn't a limited series. This will be a multiple season run. We're not sticking to, this isn't limited." It was so clear. And then everyone cheered. It was like, yay, this isn't limited. There's multiple seasons. And I'm like, so that's why when this was announced, I was like, I'm not shocked by this. What have you got?
That portion of that panel, like that, what you guys saw, for me, who was at home sitting right here watching it, the next day was not in the posted version.
Ooh.
Like there was a lot of that conversation. Like obviously they didn't put the trailer in there.
Yeah.
Him walking out on stage and saying, "Play it again." Like
that was in it?
That's not in it.
Oh, not in it. Okay, yeah.
The 20th anniversary panel for animation ends. I'm almost positive. I'm almost like I don't really remember much of Sam Witwer being on stage at all.
Yeah, because they only brought him out after. They only brought him out once that was announced. So it was pretty much like Dave and Athena with David Collins. And then it was like
watching it live, but that portion is not there. So
and maybe that's why, because maybe Athena wasn't meant to mention that it's not a limited series and there's multiple.
I have no idea.
She said the words, "It isn't a limited series," and she said the words multiple seasons. That's what she said. And that's why I was like, this isn't news. I will share this announcement that this is season 2. Absolutely, yay. But I'm like, we all know this. I was like, what? And anyway, I was talking to Tony about it, Star Wars Sith, and he was just like, "No, you're lying. I don't remember that." I was like, did I make this up? I don't know. But anyway, we're going down rabbit holes. See,
the thing is,
this show's getting a season 2.
That being said, but I know that was clipped out. So
yeah, okay. Boom. There you go. I feel validated.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on and giving this window insight into your experience at the Maul premiere. I feel like there's so much more, like I'm cutting you off here because there's so much more you have to share and tell us about that experience. So make sure you go check out Will of the Force on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. Determined Focus podcast is what they're doing over there, him and Grayson. You'll get to hear their descriptive breakdown exactly after they watch it, and everything in between, especially some juicy clips from this special premiere panel that did. Is there anything else I'm missing, Will? What else do you want to plug here? I think
I don't know. Follow my co-host Grayson at Mortis FM.
Mortis FM. That's where you can find him too. That's it, right? I forget that. I forget that's his username. So good. Yeah. But thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you, man. And we'll chat later, and we'll chat all the details after we watch the episodes. But yeah, thank you so much, and enjoy the rewatch of the episodes tonight.
I can't wait. 48 minutes. This is literally all I've been thinking about. So bye, everybody.
So good. Catch you later, Will. Give it up, live chat. For Silly Willy. What a legend. What a story. We got so much insight just then. I feel like we got the secret little, I don't know, a little inside view. So good. But there is currently 77 of you in here in the live chat right now. Welcome on in if you're coming in just now. We are hanging out, counting down the minutes and seconds to Maul Shadow Lord releasing. I'm so excited. I'm still sipping on my Maul-themed mocktail that we got going on. Look how... I sort of love how gross that looks. It feels very fitting to the character. But absolutely loved it. Absolutely delicious. It's pretty much just raspberry drink. So how good. How bloody good. But how we're going in the chat. We do have another guest coming up real soon in a moment. I'm going to be getting another friend to jump on here to talk about our final predictions for the show. I'm so excited. It's gone down so fast. 47 minutes. If you're coming in, I saw a few people being like, who said, is it real? Someone was like, is it really coming out in an hour? I thought that was hilarious. Why would this be a prank? What a elaborate prank this would be. But yeah, we've got 47 minutes to the episode drop. Tigo Neil, Monday morning Maul. That's got a nice ring to it. Mine would be a Monday night Maul, but I still love it. So good. So good. Star Wars Marshall in the chat. Let's go. I'm so excited. I love that energy. Star Wars Marshall. Absolutely agreed. Mandela effect. Maybe that is what I misheard Athena's statement for. Maybe it was that. But I'm just jumping back into the live chat real quick, catching up on some of your thoughts. Crazy to think Maul was only in like 10 episodes of Clone Wars, and now we're here. That's true. What did someone say? I think it was the HoloNet Marauders put in their story. You know, it was 27 years ago. Phantom Menace came out, and Maul was introduced to the world. Imagine going back 27 years and telling someone, "Hey, that random guy that gets cut in half will have his entirely own show in 27 years." How funny. From what I remember, Sam did moderate a separate panel before the animation panel. At Star Wars Celebration Japan? I don't think so. He was on the live stage. That was on the public stream, the live stage with Athena, talking about the show. That was a thing, but that was a little afterwards. Truly deserved show. Yeah, I think so. It's interesting when we talked about Star Wars animation, especially before this show was announced, and we've had a lot of theories of what sort of show could come up next, what could happen, what stories could we explore. I don't know if Maul was up there for me, but it makes sense. I guess it makes sense now because there is so much about him, especially the fact that we see him in Star Wars Rebels that we don't know of, and what we previously last saw of him was him, being captured in end of Clone Wars. Him being captured, he's got nothing, even though he made the Shadow Collective, but he's now got nothing again. And then we see him in Solo, and he's like got this giant, millionaire Crimson Dawn. And then we see him in Rebels, and he's got nothing again. So it's interesting. Moderated panel. Oh my best. Am I high? What was that for, though? What was that for? Oh, was that for? was that for like characters or something? Characters, creatures, and characters or something? It was something. Was that it? Maybe. HD GameTube coming in saying, I hope this show will end up making Solo more important by adding to it. Yeah, I hope it shows us why he gets to such a high point in Solo, really, and how he's so in charge. All right, I'm gonna get ready for our next guest. Let me make sure they're ready. I think we're gonna bring him in and we're gonna do our final predictions with our guest. But how we're doing? A lot more of you have jumped in just before the show's coming out. We've got 43 minutes to go. We feeling good? We feeling good in the chat? So good to have so many of you here. Just also before we get our next and final guest for our final segment in, a little bit more of what's the word? What do you call it? Housekeeping. More housekeeping. Make sure if you want to be more engaged with the Star Wars community and be more engaged on the channel, make sure you become a RaeSide member today for as little as 99 cents. You can watch along to some exclusive live streams. And if you become a knight or a master, you can be part of our live shows, discussion shows, doing our monthly book club. There's like a discussion area. You come on the live show with me and the other knights and masters, and we get to talk about the book of the month that we got going on. And if you become a master, you can join our exclusive weekly now. From this week onwards, weekly master meetings where we catch up every Sunday night to talk everything Star Wars and everything in between. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you consider. Appreciate it. All right, let's get our next guest in real quick. As well as my Maul drink I got going, I'm also going to grab just a water. So I suggest you do the same. Go grab a snack or a drink and come right back and let's talk some more. So this is going to be a mouthful. Some more Maul. I'll be back in a sec. All right, we're flying. We're feeling good. Let's get our next guest on. He's, again, been on the show many times. A dear friend. We did Supernova Adelaide together last year. He's a fellow Aussie Star Wars creator. If you haven't subscribed or heard of this guy before, make sure you do so. He will school you with his knowledge of Star Wars lore. He creates amazing lore videos. He's such a great meme of a guy. Great Star Wars takes, and that's why I'm going to bring him on and to talk some kind of our final predictions. What could happen with the show? What story things can happen? So I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh, we know. I'm so excited to bring him on. He's going to be so fun. Let's hear his takes. Let's go. Get in here, my buddy Jesse. Where are you? Oh, I always forget to move the screen. There we go. There he is. Hey, Jesse. Hey. Hello.
What's going on?
I'm so not much. Chilling, but also very excited. How are you? How are you feeling?
This feels like the night before Christmas. Like.
Doesn't it? It so does. It absolutely does. I'm so excited to actually. Let's flip you over. Let's put you over there. I'm so excited to chat everything right now because I mean we haven't spoken in a hot minute actually because I had like 3 colds at some point at the start of the year. We're here now. We're alive.
We're back.
But I feel like we should just once again acknowledge, not to toot our own horns, but this feels like such a full circle moment that we're here talking about this and like a Dathomiri character. Because our last previous experience was going to dinner with Diana Lee Santo. So I feel like we are at this point one with the Dathomiri minds and we are ready for this show. Would you not agree?
I would say we're honorary night brother and night sister. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like we deserve that title 100%.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah. But let's talk about this show. Again, if you haven't met Jesse before, live chat, fellow Aussie creator. So I'm so excited. Like, if you might get overwhelmed with the Aussie slang that's about to be thrown around right now, but I hope you enjoy it. Okay. More Shadow Lord, because I don't know if you were just listening to Will's
I saw the last
experience.
few minutes,
Yes, yeah. He was giving us this massive sort of lowdown on what happened at the premiere, which was so crazy that he went to. It sounds like such a fever dream of an experience. One day we'll be there.
One day.
Nuts. One day. So I'm hoping for you to give us your predictions and sort of kind of theories.
Yeah.
What could the Maul story be about, and what do you feel like we will get in this show? I think is kind of my first question overall.
Yeah. Well, my big thing's Vader, but we'll go to Maul first. His story is, that constant uphill battle where he's pushing the stone up and up and up, and he's constantly falling. I'm so curious. Is there going to be there has to be a fall between, this show and where we see him in Solo. I feel like there has to be. So obviously he's trying to build his criminal empire here. What's that ultimate fall going to be? I feel like it's going to be Vader. That's my thing. Because I feel like these Inquisitors are going to fail. Because you see him in Solo with his lightsaber, and half of it is an Inquisitor saber. So I'm assuming one of these two is where he gets that.
Yeah, this is why I got you on here, man. That is an insane detail. Shit, yeah, that's cool. That's very interesting. Actually, the Inquisitor part of this show is what is very intriguing, because we almost have already had quite an Inquisitor-esque experience with obviously Rebels, and them being the Inquisitors being the main villains of that show for a while for our the Jedi story. But what specifically one of them I want to talk about, because I like explain this to us. Explain this with your now more in-depth Dathomiri mind. Marek, how the hell is this guy here? Who is he? What's he up to? What is he doing? Why is he here? Is he going to die in this show and then turn into green dust later? And then that's when he's defeated in Ahsoka. What have you got thoughts on this guy?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm leaning toward, because obviously when the Crow, that seems to be his nickname now, the Crow, when he gets smoked by Ahsoka, that's just smoke and dust. There's no green essence to that. So I'm wondering if maybe he survives this somehow.
Right.
Yeah, but if one was to die, I feel like it has to be Marok.
Yes.
Because he's the one that we see. And that's the other thing I want to see as well, is like, who is the person behind this helmet, if we see that at all. But like, what is there prior to the green smokiness we see in Ahsoka? That's my big thing. But like, speaking of Dathomir, I want to see more Dathomir. So I'm wondering if Marok somehow...
please.
There's an element there somehow. Like, I'm assuming Morgan Elsbeth is the one that does... revives Marok. So how does she become involved with him?
True.
Yeah.
Which, because it opens up an interesting door, whatever character is resurrected, of this whole, if you're Dathomiri and you go back and jump in the pool on Dathomir, you can be resurrected kind of thing. Yeah. That sort of concept is interesting, because that was obviously reintroduced into animation. Well, actually firstly introduced into animation for the first time, I should say. With Tales of the Empire, I believe that was it wasn't that. It was Tales of the Underworld. Yeah. With this whole, she died in the books, but then we see it in like this sort of like opening where better call him Dryden Voss. No, that's
Quinlan.
What's his face? Quinlan Voss. Quinlan Voss takes Ventress to that pool on Dathomir. And like puts her in the water, and then she like chooses to like be mortal, I guess, and comes back and is alive again. It's like, so do all Dathomiris essentially get like one get out of jail free card, which really is a one get out of death free card? Do they get one of those because of the Dathomir pools? Is that really? So I'm throwing so many thoughts here at you, but because I mean, then you look at Maul. Like Maul should have died. He stayed alive through the power of the dark side, and like this evil that made his body survive with combining parts to keep his body whole until he got to Dathomir, where Townsend was just like, let me fix you.
Yeah.
Explain some Dathomiri magic here for us.
Explain
what's
some
going on?
Dathomir. I'm honestly not aware of much lore behind this, but yeah, obviously you see Quinlan drop her. I suppose it's almost like a deal with the devil in a way, I guess, because in order to, regain your life, you've got to give up something. And what Asajj has given up was, it's almost like what Tom Holland's Spider-Man, to save the world, no one else remembers him kind of thing. It's almost
I've never seen those Spider-Man, so I don't know that.
RaeSide, what it was.
I know. I didn't feel this funny. Like, oh, geez, I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yes. Okay.
Spoilers.
Just deep philosophical. Yeah, that's good. I'll forget that by the time I watch it. It's okay.
But yeah, so I feel like it's more almost like the deal with the devil kind of thing. In order to regain your life, there's something you've got to give up, and what she gives up is obviously that relationship with Quinlan and any semblance of memory or knowledge of who that person is, kind of thing. But speaking of Asajj, though, have you guys discussed the Bad Batch link on here at all? Because there's been a few people saying there's going to be a Bad Batch link.
No, I saw in the chat someone asking about some Bad Batch ideas, but I would love to hear it. What's the link we got going on here?
Well, I think I'm not sure who said it. It was I don't know if it was Sam or Dave or something. Someone said something about there being a Bad Batch link in this show. I think the most popular theory is Sid, which would obviously make sense, giving out bounties and that sort of thing. I just think it'd be really cool if Asajj pops in. I just love the idea of a conversation between Asajj and Maul and what that would look like.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think, that's right. It was you, Julie. And also shout out Julie for the $2 dues.
Shout out Julie.
Coming in. Shout out to the brilliant Commander Jesse. Actually, hang on. I've just discovered I can do sound effects.
Oh
on
my
StreamYard, and hang on, I got to do my little sound effect. But when someone says a super chat,
is there a cha-ching one?
Yay! so kitschy, I love it. Yes, Bad Batch links. Stay on task. Sid,
Asajj, yeah.
Asajj Ventress popping up in this show would. I would love, and later on I was going to ask about, potential cameos, which is I feel like it's almost a contentious, controversial thing to bring up with Star Wars fans now, because some people are really like, I don't want any cameos or any connections, and then other people, i.e. me, is like, I love if I see someone I know in Star Wars. I love 100%. That. That's great. That's phenomenal. Yeah. I love it. So Asajj Ventress is one that I think would make fantastic sense. We know she's still out and about at this point. She's still kicking around. She's still almost at this, not the same point, but a similar sort of journey as Maul, but she's not really looking to make a giant criminal empire at that point. She's more of a self-discovery journey, I feel. And for her to run into Maul would be very interesting. I would enjoy that. So yeah, just the mention of Asajj, I totally agree. I would love to see her. I'd love to see her.
I think another cameo that's popped into my head, I wouldn't mind seeing Fennec Shand. I could see popping up too. Popping up at some stage.
I would kind of love if they did that purely because they did that as the Bad Batch thing of like she came in and that. Well, I think it was season 1 or season 2 maybe. I can't remember. But it's I would actually love that if it's just like okay, we animated her for the other show. We still have that animation file. Let's just put her in this show as well. That would be cool. And I love Ming-Na Wen, so she's wonderful. That's a really great one actually. That's really
I could see her popping up big time.
The Vader stuff. Let's talk about the Vader stuff, because whether or not, there's kind of, leaks and I mean, people have talked about it ages. People have rumored about it for ages. People trying to say, oh, he is in it or he isn't in it. That's, that was a lie. That was a fake leak. All these things. All of that aside.
Yeah.
Going off, we don't know this show. Yeah. What do you think in terms of would it be good for Vader to pop up in this show? When would he do it? Would it be this season? What does he do? What is he just coming in to be like, let me kill Maul? This guy's annoying me.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah. Well, when I sort of when the trailers and all that dropped and that, I was like, he might pop up, and then I don't know if it was a month, 2 months ago now. I made a video on it, and as I was doing my research and that, I was just, by the end of it, I was like, I'm convinced he's going to come into it at some stage. I don't know if it's going to be this. Obviously, there's that, that leaked poster going around that for possibly this season.
Yes, but okay. Yes, which just to interject for a second my only debunking theory for that is that like 2 weeks ago there was like an image of Rod of the Hutt from Mandalorian and Grogu, and it was like, oh, this leaked image of like this is what it's gonna look like, and it was AI and it was all fake and it was all debunked. So I'm like, it could be real posters that are leaked, but also we just had a big like, oh, we thought this thing was real, it's absolutely not real thing. So I don't know, could happen. But continue. Yes. Yeah.
And then going through the journey of making that video and doing all my research and that, by the end I was just 100% convinced it's gonna happen. I didn't know if it happened. I didn't necessarily expect it to happen this season. It could happen later on, but I just feel at some point that it just makes 100% sense because they've dropped that line into Rebels towards the end of season 2 there, where Maul's talking to Ahsoka and all that and telling him he can't defeat Vader on his own. Why would he know that? That's like obviously a big sticking point there. But then obviously in one of the trailers that came out within the last couple of days, you see Marok kneeling to that hologram and addressing it as my lord. And I've never seen an Inquisitor address the Grand Inquisitor as that.
Yes.
So the only sense it could make to me, is Vader, or I wouldn't expect it to be Palpatine because Inquisitors don't. Vader's the middleman between them and Palp. So Vader just makes complete sense to me in that case.
Yeah, I think I totally agree because I thought that I'm like, who else could be Lord is essentially what I was like trying to figure out. I'm like, who could be Lord? Unless it was unless they were on a planet where that is like a title of like some some powers that they have there, like how there's a Count Dooku, like Lord someone might be on a planet that like because the storyline seems to be there's like multiple people and multiple groups sort of hunting Maul. There's sort of this Janix, this new planet. We have this police force on this planet going after Maul because Maul's doing stuff. But then we seemingly having the Inquisitors also on his tail and going, let's chase this guy down as well. So I wonder, do the Inquisitors come into it straight away, or is there maybe there could be a Lord on Janix? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's kind of multiple points of who's going after him, which is essentially which makes sense, I guess, because he's not a Sith, so it's not like normal police won't care about him. They would care about him, and especially the fact that he's trying to conduct all this criminal underworld activity. It makes sense that there's this sort of intensity to try and focus anyone's effort onto Maul, which I think raises the stakes, and makes it like there is tension here for this character. So interesting.
I'm seeing I've just got the episode title names up here, and episode 5 is called Inquisition. So I'm assuming that is, and I'm sure you and most of your chat have seen this. Have you seen that creeping fear thing going around?
Oh yeah, because that was the going title or production title for Revenge of the Sith, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's also the title name for episode 8.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that, and I was like, I wonder what that means. Like, are we saying that's the Vader episode? If that's going to be an episode, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty good guess to make. I feel 100%. More things about the show that is interesting. The apprentice, well, maybe to be apprentice to Maul that we have in the story. Devon, which is really fun. Do you have Devon there as well, like the meat, as in like sandwich? Yeah. I was trying to explain that before on the live show, being like, do you guys have Devon? Like, I was just like, it's so funny that this character's name is Devon. This character Devon, Order 66 survivor, potential apprentice of Maul. Do we think she's going to join him? Is my simple, blatant question. Is she going to die? Is she going to live? Is she going to, run away, join him? What's going to happen with that story specifically?
I think, like, obviously, I've thought about this a bit, and I keep coming back to she will join him, and it'll be like it'll be like a canon version of like Darth Talon, but Vader will kill her, and that's just going to crush Maul. That's going to be one element of him, sort of trying to push that ball up the hill, and Vader's just going to send him right back to square one.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I think there's something in the Maul constantly experiencing that suffering is very key to his story. Like you said, he's that Sisyphus character of that symbol of always rolling the boulder up the hill and always getting to the top, but then rolling back down with it again. That would fit into that story well. Yeah. And I think that would be an interesting journey for Maul to go on because, he has Savage Press through the Clone Wars. And Savage dies in the Clone Wars. And that is a point of suffering for Maul. That is a sad point. But Savage was, even though Maul calls Savage Press his apprentice, it is his brother. And they, he sort of interchanges between calling him brother, my apprentice. Like, it's very interchangeable. It's a very different dynamic. But I think for Maul to have like a direct, younger, teenage, almost adult, Force user to go, let me teach you, I think is a very interesting story for him, and one thing that we haven't explored with Maul, really. Yeah, and I'm very interested, like going off that, how he teaches. It's a point Sam brought up, and I'm very interested to see, how he goes about it. Like he's the teachings, the philosophies, of the Sith. Yes, philosophies of the Sith. That's true. That's true.
I know later on when he's teaching Kira, he's teaching her the ins and the outs of the Sith. How do you defeat them? How do you break them? Like what their weaknesses are. So I'd love to see, if he goes down that route with Devon, or if he doesn't but realizes, maybe he's made a mistake and he adjusts later on for Kira.
Yeah, because unless there's something else happens in the show, and unless someone else pops up, this is his only other chance that we know of pretty confidently that he'll ever get to have a Force-using apprentice until really Ezra on Malachor, where Maul is pretty much just waiting there until something like that happens, and then he. We have that whole story where he convinces Ezra to go get the holocron with him. Yeah. And Ezra really is actually quite obliging. It's a great, I just watched those episodes. It was very easily convinced. He was like, oh, 100%. Right, you see Maul, I'll help you. I was like, okay. So it's until then, I wonder if that's, this Devon character we have now is the only other Force user that Maul really has the opportunity to be like, become a Sith apprentice kind of type thing. Like the seriousness of analysis of Star Wars, that's good. It's got to be 10 episodes, which is I wish it was more. Actually, I wish it was more, like at least 12, probably like 16 would be the best. I feel. I will. But let's look a little at the live chat right now, because there's some great thoughts flying around. Will coming back for more, and he's even donating for this. I love that. So good. $5 Doritos. How do we actually hang on? We can't go any further without the little. Thank you, Will. I appreciate it. How do we think Maul gets the title of Shadow, that the Inquisitors call him, on Malachor in Rebels? Does Palps give it to him? The Underworld? That's a great question. I did make note of that. Again, with that rewatch, but that was one of the details I noticed. I was like, they called him the Shadow. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense that this show is called Shadow Lord. He leads the Shadow Collective. There's something Shadow related with the comics. Have you read those Shadow something comics? That's something? Isn't that the line of Maul comics called like Shadow something?
It's what is it? It's like a Lord of the Shadows or something. It's like a reverse a bit of
it's like
series
it's
title,
a part of it as well. Yeah. So there is a big Shadow theme going on here. But that's a great question, because the Inquisitors
Shadow of Maul. There we go.
Shadow of Maul. There you go. They directly call him Shadow by the time of Rebels, so that'd be cool in the show if again, like we were saying earlier, like there's all these different kind of groups of people, the police of Janix and the Inquisitors, like the Empire, Stormtroopers, like everyone's after him. No one can really get him. I guess that's why he's a shadow. And maybe that's just, maybe it is in the show. That's just like, oh, we'll just call this guy the Shadow because we don't know if it's Maul or not. Let's just call him the Shadow. That'd be cool. I'd like that. Yeah, same Tim. 22 episodes. That was the good stuff, eh? There was so much would happen. There was so much would happen with like 22 episode Clone Wars seasons. It was crazy. So much would happen. Shadow Hunter. Yeah. More Shadow Hunter. Are we getting some physical media to... Yeah, there we go. Maul Shadow Hunter. Yeah, have you? I mean, you've got it. I'm assuming you've read it as well.
I actually have not.
That's so good. Oh, I love that.
The amount of books I have here that I've bought and have not read is probably criminal. But yes.
Yeah. I low-key love that. I feel like I might be like, I do think I have a few I haven't read yet too. So love it. But Shadow Hunter. There you go as well.
It is on the list.
Phantom Menace. Actually, who just brought that up? But yeah, where's this comment? Someone just said it. The Phantom. Let's just talk about the title of the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
As the movie.
Yeah.
Is that not? Is that title about Maul or is that title about Sidious? Because Phantom is a very similar-esque to the word Shadow. Is Sidious the Phantom and Maul's the Shadow? Or is Maul the Shadow to the Jedi at that point in that movie because they think that's all there is? Or they don't know if that's all there is? Food for thought. Think about this.
It is.
Gotta think about these things. So many. Julie's read it as well. One collect books and not read them. That's so funny. They're so good. So good. Exactly, Harrison. Little double entendre. That's it. Phantom has to be said. Yeah, we think. Yeah, and Maul's the Shadow. Shadow.
That's how I've always interpreted it.
So good. I love that. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why his name is Shadow, but it would be cool if we get to see him like officially named that in a sense.
Yeah.
In this show. More final thoughts about this season overall. We kind of covered like the Apprentice. I feel like a storyline. I feel bad that we're saying we hope she dies, but I kind of get what you mean. It kind of adds to the story if she does.
Yeah.
We have the Apprentice, who the Inquisitors are after. What else are you hoping from the show and expecting, wanting, predicting? What else do you have about season 1?
I think my two big things. I think the first one is it's just a fan service thing, but I would love animated flashbacks to like the Son of Dathomir comics that take place just after Sidious kidnaps him, and you see him with Sidious and Dooku, and then when Grievous kills Towson, and then it's just a big fight with Palpatine, Grievous, Dooku, Maul. I would love that. But I think the main thing story-wise though is just Maul that mentally. Because like Sam said, I would love to, I'm really looking forward to seeing how he interprets the Empire. Because obviously he knew a part of Sidious's plan, but wasn't privy to all of it. So I'm very interested to see how he interprets it all and how he views his master's plans coming to fruition, and how he views the Jedi now. Because Sam gave a little hint, like, obviously he still hates them, but he almost does. There's a element that misses them in a sense, like that time, I guess, and what they represented. Yeah. So, his mental state and how he's interpreting the current state of things is, what I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah, that is such a great point, because we said that about, the Sith code and what does the Sith mean to him is something that is very grey in a sense, because as much as he is so evil and he's really very symbolic of the Sith way, he isn't a Sith anymore. And then not only is that not relevant to him, but it's not obvious to him that he's practicing being a Sith, but the Empire is that big bad of the Empire to live in, of the galaxy to live in. That how much does he know about stormtroopers and the Death Star existing? Because we get those sort of lines in Clone Wars where he is saying like, oh yeah, this was it's all happening to what he said it would, and kind of alluding that he knew that there was going to be this sort of fabricated war that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But how much does he know of the actual Empire? I do love that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Because you can tell in the from the Clone Wars, you can get he didn't know. He didn't know that he would turn the clone troopers against him, because you can see when he's seen that happen, he's like, genius.
Yeah.
That's just part of Sidious's genius, is only allowing them to know bits at a time. So if the worst does happen, say Maul dies, then it's not completely lost, kind of thing. So, or captured or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's just part of his genius, having all those contingency plans. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it. 2 final questions for you. One being, if as well as this show, because you're more versed in other physical media than me, and especially with the Maul stuff, what canon or non-canon Maul media is one that you just so enjoyed of a story of his that you would really recommend if people are just like, they're just re-engaged with his character now, want to get back into his storyline? What would you recommend people, like, I don't know, read or play or get into, rewatch? What would you recommend?
The 2017 Darth Maul comics, right? I think it was 2017. They were really interesting because it more put on show just how brutal Sidious is, because you could see Maul sort of. It's almost like when he's testing Vader, when he's sort of wondering if he's becoming a bit disillusioned and that. He sends Maul on a mission to, kill, to find something in a village, and tells him just to slaughter the whole village, which he does. And then he finds out after there was no mission. He just wanted him to kill a bunch of people. That was very interesting. The Son of Dathomir ones are very good.
I feel people in the chat are saying that Son of Dathomir is a lot of people's favorites.
It's very good.
Interesting. So what's that over kind of time period looking at of his life?
The Son of Dathomir ones.
Yeah.
So that takes place straight after he gets kidnapped in end of season 5 of Clone Wars, when he gets when Sidious.
Oh, okay.
Him. Yeah. So it takes place there. It shows why Sidious kidnapped him, because he wanted to bring Towson out and kill her, because he was genuinely somewhat afraid of her, because he'd obviously betrayed her years ago. But those are 2 very good ones.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So I really do want to get into comics, because I feel like people just say the stories in comic books are just like so good and so elite. Yeah, absolutely.
They are very good.
And final question.
Yes.
We kind of just asked this, we talked about this a little bit. But cameos. I mean, Asajj was a good one. Is there any other cameos that, I don't know, think of it something really left of center that you would love to see in this show pop up? That would just be like, whatever, if it's fan service or not, it would just be like, that's sick. Like, that would just be cool as for you.
Oh, I know it's not gonna happen, but just complete left field. We obviously know Cody just fled the Empire.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna happen, but just say it does. I called it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, 100%. Someone give
love to see
I'll give
Cody
you
end up
20
there
bucks.
somehow.
I'll give you $20 if that happens. That'd be amazing.
Because there is the Kenobi connection there too.
Ooh, what if like Maul is like the one to kill Cody? Because he's like, what if if I kill you, then like maybe Kenobi, like, and if Kenobi finds out, maybe he'll come out of hiding or something. I don't know. There's something that's actually a really interesting idea.
There you go. We could build something there.
Some sort of something there. So interesting. Interesting.
Or Quinlan.
Yes, Quinlan Voss.
Yeah, that could
be
a
legend. Yeah. A lot of Vosses in this world. Dragon Voss, Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan
Voss. Many Vosses. So good. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Jesse, for coming on the show and chatting. This has been fun as always. Any other final thoughts? Any final things about the show? I hope you enjoy it. I'm so glad it's at a good time for us Aussies. So
I know,
good.
how good.
4:30
p.m.
phenomenal.
or 5 for you, but so happy.
Stunning.
Happy.
So fun.
Yes.
But in 10 minutes, our lives are going to be changed. Plug your stuff, Jesse. Where can people find you?
CT Jesse, Insta, YouTube, TikTok, the usuals.
That's it. That's where you find him. That's where to go. Thank you so much again, my friend, for jumping on.
Thank you very much.
We'll So good. I'm so good to chat to you again. But yeah, we'll chat later. We'll chat after the show, I'm sure. But have a great rest of your night and
You
enjoy
too.
the show.
You too.
All right. Bye, Jesse.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what a legend. What a legend. Always fun having it was always fun having him on the show, but it's also always fun having another Aussie on the show as well. Guys, we are in the single digits. 9 minutes to go until this show is released. My goodness, this has been. I hope I've made the 2 hours fly by for you. I've hoped I've kept you awake in some capacity. It's okay if you've nodded off in the middle. I'm glad you've come back. It's so good. How long are the episodes? Was it revealed? That's a great question. I don't think it was revealed. Maybe I'm assuming probably around the 25-minute mark. I give or take probably the shortest might be 22, the longest might be 27. It really is usually in that area from like 22 to 27 is really the kind of the area of when the timings of it. Yeah, exactly. Quick, like get your good 8 minutes to go. This will go quick. Get your final questions in now. Get all your snacks ready. I will also just reminder, this isn't going to be a watch party. This is only the countdown show. I know we sometimes do our watch parties, but we're going offline as the episodes are dropped. But don't be sad about that because two things happen straight after the episodes come out. My reaction videos will be dropping to these episodes very shortly after, very extremely soon after. At least you could probably go to bed and wake up and the reaction videos will be there. But as well, Tuesday night, US time, we'll be back here for a special discussion show discussing the premiere episodes, as well as a very special guest joining me for that one as well. So do not fear, once this live show ends, the Maul stuff will be going full steam ahead for the next 5 weeks of this show being on air. It's going to be amazing. We'll have countdown shows before every episode, as well as the discussion on Tuesday nights for you in the US. That's Wednesday morning for us here in Australia, but Tuesday nights for you guys over there. Final questions. Get them in. I know, it's finally coming. It's right here. It's right here. This has been such a wild time. Thank you so much for all the super chats, the new members that have come in throughout the length of the show. If you've enjoyed the banter and all the craziness here tonight, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been such a blast. How exciting. Blood America can't wait. It's 3 p.m. I think you're going Western Australia. My God, Harrison, amazing. I've gotten so many Aussies in this live chat today. I usually have barely any. So good. It's so good. Yeah, final predictions. We got anything? Final predictions for the episodes. I just really hope... I'm excited for the opening scene. That sounds really lame and not that exciting. And it's not a prediction, but the opening scene really sets the tone of a show for me. That really sets me up for what I'm about to absorb. So I'm really excited for the opening of the show. It's cool. Not seeing anything on Disney Plus for more yet. Nothing to click on. It'll be there. Clutches Maul doll. I love that. There's 2 episodes of fire. So yeah, I will take your word, Alex. We'll take your word. Oh, I like this. Opening crawl on red text. That'll be cool because they did that for, like the Siege of Mandalore episodes, the final episodes of Clone Wars Season 7. That would be cool if they did this. Would you still call it an open crawl? Or is it's like the helmet thing? They do the helmets and then they do... I think it'll be just the logo. And then maybe the episode title. The episode title will be like, ding, ding, like in red text. I think that'll be it. Do you think Maul will kill her Jedi Master? I'm not sure what that means. Maul isn't a woman, so I'm not too sure what that means. Would be cool if the opening straight from when we last see Maul in the Clone Wars finale. Yes! Oh my God. I feel like this isn't going to happen though, so I'm trying not to get my hopes up. But one of my biggest dreams was for this, for literally just this, where, first scene is him. He steals a gunship or what does he steal? He steals a Y-wing or something, and he flies off out of the Venator at the end of Clone Wars Season 7. I wish it starts off from there. I would love that. Oh yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be so fun. Simmer before the live discussion segment happens. Yes, yeah. So just to make sure everyone, sees the show before we have our live show. I'll put it on the screen. Live discussion. We have it on Tuesday night for everyone in the US, or Monday morning here in Australia. Let me put it. There we go. Here we go. Let me put it on the bottom. There it is. There it is. Here we go. Here we go. It's a Tuesday night. We're going to be talking all about it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Thanks so much, Cam. Going to go get ready. We'll watch this thing. See everyone on the other side. It's so good. No, unfortunately, DB, we did not hit that 1,000 mark, so I couldn't do it. But we'll see how we go for the finale as well. We might have another crack for the finale. We'll see. We shall see. The people didn't want it. The people didn't want it enough. We are 3 minutes away. 3 minutes away. You better get what's your device of choice? You better not say your phone. At least a decent TV, laptop, maybe a laptop with good headphones, maybe. But what are you going to watch it on? You better get ready. Get it up. Get it ready. I like that they fixed it. It's not the whole, it comes out 10 minutes before the hour thing. So I really love that. I really love that it really is on the hour now as well. There's so many people in the chat. Jedi, Indy, Wood coming in. So good. I love it. I'm just scrolling back to make sure I haven't skipped too many comments tonight. There's been so many of you in the chat. Really appreciate it. Again, we'll have weekly debriefs every Tuesday night after the show drops on a Monday night, talking about everything that happens. So you'll have a day to rewatch it, reabsorb it, and come back for our discussion on Tuesday night. It's going to be so fun. So on Documenter Living Room TV for first episode, Bedroom TV for the second episode. Okay, switching it up. I respect. Okay, it's cool. I put mini, like God intended, exactly. iPod Nano. What was? Did that have a screen? It was iPod Shuffle. iPod Shuffle, like God intended. That's it. I would watch it on that. Skipping online school for this is worth it. I guess. You know what? Yes, absolutely. High Sense. There you go. That's a quality one. A 75-incher. Damn. Flexing on us, DB. That's a good way to watch this show, because I think the animation is going to be so cool. I think it's going to be so good. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. So as soon as that timer hits the 0 mark, we're ending this live show. We're going to go and watch this episode. Like I said, this isn't a watch party. We're going to end the live show right at that 0 mark. And we're going to watch the episodes. I want you to enjoy them. Don't be distracted by my little live stream in the corner of your screen. So we're going to go off air, and my reactions to the episodes will be up very shortly after the episodes as well. So feel free to go to sleep and then wake up to watch them as well. Don't stick around for them. Don't stick around for it. But it's so good. Play for the Holy Vegemite, and please the spirit drop bear to find an Aussie Star Wars channel. You know what? That is how you get yourself here. Yes, that is true. I'm glad you found yourself here. So good. Thank you so much. Oh, this is the final minute is always the scariest one. It's always the scariest one. Let's get the final ramp up music for it for the night. A minute to go. I'm so scared. Are you ready for the show? I don't think I am. It has been such a pleasure. Don't forget, Tuesday night, we'll be back here. Very special, high caliber guest joining us live to talk all about it. UK people, you're just waking up now. Get up, get your bottom out of bed and get to the TV. It's 45 seconds away. Thank you so much for everyone joining me. Appreciate you all. Much love to you. I hope the episodes are good. I hope I have kept you company, kept you entertained tonight. That is my job. I love doing it. And it's always a pleasure doing these premieres together. We'll catch you on the other side. 20 seconds to go. At 10 seconds, we'll count down together. Then we're going to end the stream and enjoy the eps. I'll probably tweet something straight after, and reaction videos will be jumping out right after. Final countdown. Here we go. We got 5 seconds until it drops. 3, 2, 1. I'll catch you on the other side. Let's do this. Let's go, team. Go, team. Go.